Time check is 7 p.m. and you know when we sit like this, you know how we do it. It is time for Showbiz Daily right here on Sammy Flex TV and Agbeve TV as well. So tell your friend, tell a brother that it is time for Showbiz Daily where we're going to discuss about what is happening in the industries. Yes, sir. So today in the studios with me, I have Long John, the blogger. He's a popular blogger. You know him on the internet. And again, Chamo, who happens to be the online manager for Flex Entertainment. And again, Elevate Events, right? Elevate Events, yes. Abbas, who also happens to be the manager for Pata PZ. And this show is probably sponsored by Vena and Agbeve Herbal and Medical Center. And as well, Shagzy. So today is going to be an entertaining and educative episode of Showbiz Daily. So stay with me whilst we learn and we entertain ourselves. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
How is it? Because yesterday it rained and I didn't hear from you people.
Today I trained.
Yeah. So how is Kaswa Abbas?
Kaswa is fine. Kaswa.
Yesterday with the experience.
Kaswa is solid. I'm a married man, so at least I have fun.
Okay. Long John. Yesterday, I think yesterday you weren't able to come.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not married.
No, we are not. We are not. Yeah, we are in the same shoes.
No, but you are not in Kaswa. So I am not a married man. So I think when things were happening, I was comforting myself with a pillow. You understand? So that's what we also went through. I think the rain too, did this thing. We can't stop nature. We wanted to be here, but Charlie.
Yeah. Yesterday, I think Chemotu was not here, so it was just the boss himself. Another man, so you see, married man in Kaswa.
Yeah.
Chemo.
Yeah.
I think we met this afternoon.
We did a showbiz today.
Showbiz today.
Yeah. Yesterday is because of the rain. In fact, I left home. Like Sammy, but I'm based in Akwahone, so they started here, so I have to hide somewhere. So after the rains, then I checked my Google map and I saw the red at the usual place. So I saw that it would be difficult for me to come. So I have to return, and then we tried to get me even
on the show
through Zoom and other space, but things were not happening. So that was it. I mean, but Ghana days in Suta, and they will try so baby because there will be other impediments like doomsaw and other stuff. In fact, me drew and channel doom light.
That's why.
And your man saw to say about 10 or so.
Wow.
And sun a light and all those things. And a chroma in Suta and easy. Why me too. I did house.
Now we feel flooded because Andra there it was serious.
Well, fortunately for me, I'm at the top, like a
mountain top.
Building.
But in Sony Bahaba, top.
No. In so area, in so and in so Bahana, me top. That's what I'm trying to say. In so me area, how they okay. All right. How they in Sony Bahaba, I saw a lot of videos. I go and so we were them at the micro. Some of my in-laws are here. So almost faces that challenge.
I think Santa Maria had that issue.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, saying so to na year experiences sad na. Quantify even in terms of money. Na man for be losing them because in so no. Ebi wa kofa obi shop. Electronic shop in so my devices I say 20 million or we wish that things will change now, improvement but for now let's manage it. BB says a bit me I mitigate damage in everybody.
Okay. This is the Ghana. This is ball match. I'm Central African Republic. 5 goals to 0.
4 or 5?
5.
It was 5.
It was 5.
Okay.
5. Okay. You are regime say I bought you the Kwana Visa and get ready and Chemo.
Oh yeah, about 98% done. I got 2% almost the best. Yes. Or ABR say young qualifier not just beyond be say be 5-0 has.
Okay.
Now on be say be like they have to win by a wider margin before say be a qualify. Because Osha still now. I think the points difference and still a 3. 1922. 1922. You know, Madagascar, Eba Beshe Ghana, Omzubeja 22.
Okay.
In the bear 22, but head to head, and I think Ghana is ahead.
Again.
And it's difficult for us not to qualify, but for whatever reason, I would say 90-something% done. Maybe I am funny said 98% done. The aka 2% as almost my. When we qualify, when we draw the game, so the same thing. Yeah. What it means is say you qualify. Even when we draw, you be qualify. When we lose by a goal to nil, you be qualify. When we win, you be qualify. And you know the option for us to qualify no doors.
Okay.
But the best thing is we not be able to try. Na enya calculations and say we border anyway one so I'm hoping say 2% now I can the best so but some people can jubilate and be ready for the World Cup because for me at this point I can say be qualified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abbas, Ghana 5 goals to nil.
Me there me there. Na me say 4 goals to nil. Man hwe. Na me wa traffic mo so I was praying say you be winning. Any are winning. Final match no omo winning. Mom my dream bebre. Next one then hu hia me na e balloting. Na bisa me say ya e balloting na ye nye. Ti say abi bia ombe ballot akotu no. Mom fan ko we go to Mexico. The be ballot to bia o be represent here bia. Ombo kan na nsan ko so bibia ye. Na e kromensa America, Canada, Mexico. Mon ko fa di emfa. Ono ana me comment on it.
So Long John, come through for me. On Ghana.
Black Stars there, Charlie. The air coy there, it seems we are almost there. But oh dear, last game no say among your mom among Kai say there's a poverty alleviation program.
Poverty PAP.
That Ghana ni African ni na so. And some certain African countries omo train say Black Stars qualify ko omo some nations no omo nko so the omo nko kra o de omo nyama Africa they should make Africa proud ye ade o de omo bobo na draw bi kra go 0-0 kra and that ho na ye planning bi for that chi bi 2026 enye easy some people take their mind enter that side already as we dey talk some people their mind they already but Ghana no qualify. So
but I tell I cap some few points means you qualify.
Point there you rim but I can't goals no.
Okay.
The team na can manage share more than 4 goals.
Okay.
That's it.
So I can last match Comoros there.
I say I want to say no
no home right?
On the ball. Sunday.
Special demand. I draw for you here. Let me say be Sunday if you go stadium. Yeah, because after some match no Ghana for the that's why they call World Cup no. Send us say Donald Trump am visa head. This is the only take over to our room. TSRemo Sunday Prophet o Edrora o Malamu Yanyamo stadium. Uju nyami di nkwa de River Stadium yesere.
Just say that we acquire software there. It's Prophet Uche there nche fala.
Oh yeah, on the
bomb pass.
Yeah.
Abaso ha say Malam. Chebo so ha say chebo we back in.
So there comfort.
Oh bisa kaka ba je say yasu. Trinity na no mo ha say. Yes. So yeah, mama we free say yes, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Sammy Flex TV, well as Agbeve TV. Mo amhwe yin ya. Nkomo ba no pesa o chewa adwen. And they be studio line no. Ofra na wa chewa adwen. Chemo so ha say o de fa social media YouTube and Facebook chemo so ha say obe read am. Yes, guys, gentlemen, ye berama nkomo ye betwetwe nkomo no. I think this topic no me ni chemo ayedada. Yes, but mejimo on hammer. Hammer say industry woman yet time CCI there's no structure obetimi aka say 2002 on your experience whereby Cheddar wanted to invest, but there was no structure and no money home. So Cheddar channel, and he being an executive producer went to me and found as of now a year. But before my opinion, so director video now already. Mama Yankote and Sama executive producer Hammer or the two na then I'll take your opinion.
2002 when Nana Kwame Bediako Cheddar came to Ghana after you know he's been he's a friend. I've known him since we were 12 13 years old. So when he came back to Ghana, he heard that Ohama take over the country. So he came to my studio and he sat down with me. He said, look, I have connections with Virgin music, this and that. We can do this thing. He wants to know the numbers. What are the numbers? What are we working with? Can we do this thing? He started Wonder World Studios music. I helped him out with producers, Junite, Mawan. He recruited Scientific. Started something beautiful. But he kept asking, Hama, what are the numbers? I called Big Ben, I called Ekuya Bedu. Everybody was giving me their own numbers. There wasn't a centralized authority in the industry that could say, look, you have sold 1 million copies. Book back, you have sold 2 million copies. Everybody decided to tell the world whatever nobody knew anything. And Akwame lost interest in our industry because it wasn't structured and nothing was working. I was with him when he built his first 2 houses in East Legon. In his car, a Grand Cherokee and a Porsche, and he told me, Hama, this is the future. I watched an investor walk away and I couldn't stop him. Just because we didn't have a centralized authority that could assure him that if he puts this amount of money in the business, this is 2002, I was doing Makula Kwakwe. And this is what happened in the studio. And I watched an investor walk away and I couldn't stop him. Our issue is we don't have a centralized authority helping these boys out. Ken Promise is doing his thing. The R2Bs, they are doing their thing. Shatawale is doing his thing. Sakwadi is doing his thing. Nobody is helping these boys and saying, look, we have you on lock. So what about Gamro? Gamro is not even in the picture. They are just like a royalty. There's the last line of defense. Association musical is irrelevant. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. But the authority we need is not about these associations. Authority we need is a plan that is
a certain arm of government.
A national agenda, solid, which transcends party politics. It can't be. It has to be bipartisan. It was 2002 when Nana Kwame Bediako Cheddar came to Ghana after you know. He's been. He's a friend. I've known him since we were 12, 13 years old. So when he came back to Ghana,
Abbas, this is what Hama is saying.
Okay, so I'm asking. I just asked myself, what exactly is he talking about?
Okay.
Is he talking about political power? Is he talking about financial will? Because you see, there's a difference between a political power. There's a difference between a financial will. Then there's a difference between association will.
Okay.
You do get it? We have Gamro.
So if I got him right, let me put it in context.
Okay.
He's saying that based on experience that he had with Nana Kwame Bediako Cheddar, we are losing something. And his point is, Cheddar asked him, okay, based on the industry that you are in, how much is this guy making? Like he asked, okay, so let me give an example. Like let me just use these people as an example. He said that, do you know how much Shatawale is making from cassette sales? Let's say that time. Then they will say, oh, Shatawale sold 1 million cassettes this year. Then Cheddar will go somewhere and ask, do you know how much Shatta's sold for the year? Then the person will give another figure. So there's a conflicting figure. He wasn't sure about the figure. Then he came and said that, okay, I want to invest in this, your industry, but I don't know where I can go to get proper data to make decision. Either from the any private entity I'm not getting. From government agencies I'm not getting. So we lack, and then Hammer concluded that he couldn't hold Cheddar to be part of the industry because Cheddar is looking for structures that he can rely on to make his decision whether to invest or not, and he couldn't get one. Okay. So Hamas is now saying that we need certain structures that will give investors confidence to invest in the industry.
Okay.
Either by getting the numbers that the person will need. And then I think he gave an example, then said that we can't go to Gamro because Gamro is not effective.
Okay.
At the same time, we can't go to Musica because Musica is not even doing their mandate that they are supposed to do.
Okay.
And then he doesn't see the government agencies doing anything in that direction to bring investors in, or investors can say that this one I can base on this to make my decision. So his thing is that we lack structures, and then the solution is we will need bipartisan. He said it that we will need bipartisan plan. That will be a national agenda. So for the implication is that he wants government to come in to structure things and manage it in a way. So for me, that's how I understand what he's talking about. Yeah. So okay. I think we can take it from.
I think personally,
okay,
I've been on such a journey for a period.
All right.
I think I also encountered similar thing before Create, after Create, and co. So Create also was one of the grounds of experiments for me. Okay, and it also proved a lot of theory. Elevate, there's Elevate Pro, and there's certain things that Elevate is doing. I think I showed some things the last time regarding the Elevate and certain things that we were developing and all that stuff. Now, I can't say it here loud, but at an appropriate time, when the database and whatever we are doing is up to a certain level and we can open up, we will come and talk about it and we'll be able to look at it. Now, in the quest, when we started, one of the background I can tell you is that we started as a business, like we wanted to run it as a business. But we realized the problem that is there, if actually we want to solve the problem, we can't run as a business because business-wise, it doesn't make sense. So we need to run a different model to ensure to solve that problem that will last for us. So I'm hoping maybe in some few months or in a year time, I can be able to sit the same chair on the same platform and explain and relate it to such issue.
Okay.
Now going forward, I'm going to pinpoint certain points. First of all, I think him is one of the problems that we have. When I say him, people like him, people like me, the people who are called the gatekeepers, the people who are supposed to know, who are supposed to put in their effort. Now, investors have come to me before and they keep coming. So when you ask me, you can't go and look for Patapa's data anywhere. Come to Patapa, ask him, follow him for a 3 months, study him. If you want to invest in Patapa, follow Patapa in 3 months. You will know our roadwork. You will know our balance. Do you get it? Go to Me Promo. We give Me Promo a letter or we talk to Me Promo. They will release our data for you. Do you get it? Now, somebody will say, okay, the other side also is that when you do something small, no, the tax people and everybody will start coming to chase on you. Apart from that also, as part of the tax people, the untraditional tax people, your family members, your one will also start taxing you, including your fan base. Maybe you need to say, oh, Patapa manager toka, Patapa you see, baby I'm a few. Everybody will be there. Everybody will be on my artist. Everybody will be on that level. Do you think Shatawale can feed everybody, can take care of everybody? Imagine everybody's on him. And we are kakrana, yoko beso kon, one beso nine, and all those stuff. I'm not saying don't pay tax. I'm not saying don't do anything. But their structure, do you get it? And the creative also need to feel part of it. The baby to say Gamro, Musica, and so forth. Their money that I know that we creatives can get from is it UNICEF? We can get for government, We can get from a lot of development agencies, a lot of government agencies like Youth Employment Agency.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that we are putting in the pipeline that they can do for the creatives. Because in the creative industry, it's about me. I've been on the road. Look, I can give you the number, if not exactly, the total number of underground artists in Ghana. The total number of females who want to become musicians or who are musicians. Because maybe I knew a friend, underground musician and mainstream musician. It's just the popularity and the number that differentiates the two. That's all. Tinyamiya wadum na our number increasing, our popularity increasing. Aye no. Say nyama nye wadum swaden. You've become a sorry case. Do you get it? Now my next point is that in gathering data, say ankachada person nye jumana nkasa. Nobody can teach him how to gather data. Nobody should even convince him to gather data. Because those who want to do their business, they enter with one leg, sample it. Chada has hotels or whatever. There's no business in this world that is straightforward correct. They build it from one place to the other. In this industry of ours, we have everything. We have dancers, we have video directors, we have the musicians. Among the musicians, we have the bandsmen, drummers, guitarists. Inti okofri be that inti say who artist in your show. They say first create your show. Your friend bandsman and I am friend. Your ni mania your tour. Inti your the young tour say 3 months. I can tell you how much you pay guitarist, how much you pay this, how much you pay, what causes us to do a Wendy Shea show, what causes us to do an Ebony show. We in a concert in here, no, I can tell you how much it costs us. How much it costs us for security, how much it costs for this, for that. Maybe another can be answer about an idea of how much they spend on the concert. You go to Shagzy, Shagzy can give you data on how much they spend on transportation, fuel, and everything. So when you gather, it's okay. Akwawi, based on it, okay, so how, or why do people come to buy properties of artists? So be told be album, or be told be new. Say no be anyum na mo kokoto. But mo share assume as you koto ni nyuma. Ebeboy based on the records na wanya and based on the way. Enye popularity nkwa na e to. Obi betumi popular in the media, but on the streaming platform is not popular. On where they need to stream the music, download the music is not popular. Do you get it? So I feel say if we want to be just, we want to do good to ourselves. People like Ama supposed by now to be leading because a marketer. And should be leading in the research. On this last one, you should be calling for volunteers that Charlie volunteers to say about more marketing background, more event management background, more Costco, more understanding data, imperial data, money how to gather both side of the data. Come, let's gather data. Let's go and do research. Then you bet me have them. Okay. In Kofor call Yeye School no, a University of Education, School of Creative Arts. Say Kofor call. Be musicians. Omubo guitar or church. Omubo police band. Immigration band. Ni na musicians. Okay. It's part of that economy. In Kofor eba Kiki Beats and Aju omuko a lot of joints omubo every weekend. Plus 233. All these people are part of the data. So if you're high, your focus is just on one side. Musician be on popular, or a band musician, or no shabu. But or survival culture artist be or a standalone. Yeah. Standalone artist be 1 month or whole 2 CD. But shabu artist be from Thursday till Sunday. Or just 1,000, or just 1,004 at Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4,000. The following week. Now, a whole 3 months ball show back. Only no more pay.
Oh, that.
I bet me a structure na brabo. I bet me a nyama. But who know now shout out? They be out per car. What na? Kon. Banka also go kakra. Now uti with data na say. Ka also be talking joint. Mensa menubi. And at 10 joint across the country. Among say every month we that the lumba ever joint we ever bought special. The next one another region among so obo special. You get it, that kind of thing. But it depends on the kind of structure that we have. That is why me and you are not able to survive and be able to be bold of what we do. In other places like America, Los Angeles and other places, creatives don't feel the hustle. Because there's a place that they go, and they get bookings. Okay. There's a standard rate. Okay. Do you get it? There's a standard rate for an artist manager percentage to get on artists and all those stuff. I have standard BNO. So I'll plead with the industry for those who understand. Well, you don't need government, blah, 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 to come in. Did government lose anything?
No.
Government did not lose anything. If Chada, sorry to say, but if Chada is serious about investing in us, there are a lot of ways he can invest in us.
Okay.
And that doesn't need anybody to come and force him to do. Because somebody who run an hotel in Kwan, you understand the creative business. Unless the person doesn't see the need for him to put his hard-earned money in it.
Okay.
But if you put the money in it, you are going to get it. Because you know, music is also not one-time material. It's a lifelong property. So if you are an executive producer, one year will see a now, what you kitwa for the rest of your life. What investment is better than this? But it depends on how to structure it. Maybe a links entertainment way and come my Saturday way no my IPO or Marco or more Ghana Stock Exchange. See, all of us can buy a share in links. All of us can direct something. But we have a talk, you know, everybody they get that kind of thing. So I am saying we have what it takes, but maybe it's the will to do it and also looking far-fetched to say share obi fiti no one on beboye. That's the problem. Okay, who could be Shatawale? Who could be obi about Shatawale ni data? Once a Shatawale ni manager any Shatawale na kasawo. Shatta person me investing in you. Come and prove a point for me to put an $100 billion in you. And how long will it take me to recover that money from you? Shatta okay, who feel is unbelievable say met me where this as kana. Only mean trial road. Only mean trial road for the next 6 months. And let's see. You check my stream, you check my road shows, you check my this, you check my merchandise. So you check all those things. If those money is worth an avenue for you, bring your money, let's invest, let's make it huge, let's make it bigger.
All right.
That is good for all of us.
Okay. Long John, Hammer is saying there's no structure, there's no investors in the industry.
I think coming from someone like Hammer, I'm not really surprised. I mean, if I say this, someone will be like, I don't know Petro channel. Yes. Let me explain. Back in the days, back then, most of the signings these big men were doing were word of mouth. They were scared themselves to put pen to paper. So most of the signing, I go on a stage, I tell you, this is my artist. There's no form of writing. You understand? Sammy is 1, Hammer is 2. You understand? They didn't really sign any form. Anybody you saw with Hammer that they had their own private investors working with those artists. Like Sarkodie, at the point Dankos was in there. They were the ones who were penning down something. The Hammer them gone were the days, those our leaders in the industry. They had little to no interest in putting down documents. All they say, I mean, we are good, but I'm studio. Say, young boy, me cassette, me producer, we obey about. Say, this was quick money.
Okay.
So if someone like, if you have a real businessman like Cheddar, who knows his ins and out about business, and he such people don't know or educated or essentially exposed. First of all, what is an industry? An industry is built within the in the music industry. It's built within the compass of labels.
Okay.
Before Hollywood industry will be noticed as whatever it is, they have strong labels like Sony, Universal, California Records. There are different names, which is well structured. When I say well structured, they have an office, they have a secretary. I mean, there are systematic ways of doing things. Do you understand? Now, going where it is, how many labels had those structures? If I can't remember, I think Bandex has something like that. Before you hear Bandex sign you, paper will be behind the hole. You know, we have a couple of people that were doing the structures.
Despite.
You see, there are certain people who were into the structures. So you, Hammer, when him say, oh, now, you recommend the businessman to people who are those structures. It's about label. He can't come and invest in music. Music you guys only checking the welfare and then the entire ecosystem of artists, it isn't in there to, you know, do some of these things. It is through a label an investor can work with. So you go to, you can't tell me during your era you didn't know people who had everything in shape that you can take them to them. And you see the problem is some of these things. I don't know yet. It's all tell the people now.
Okay, but according to Hamer's submission, he was saying they were getting conflicting. The best was that they were even getting conflicting value numbers. Maybe you know.
Based on who? Whose data? Is it his artists?
No. Say omutimiko say ebia artist we no. Na yi say ebia ne sales say na omaka bibi. No omabuzo before say artist when your sales say na.
So that is what I'm saying. You see, that is why I'm saying that.
One that there should be transparency.
No, listen. You see, when you go, you see those days, database in Ghana wasn't something solid.
Okay.
That was the typewriter moment. Because where before you see a PC in an office, then it's supposed to be some heavy load.
But are we saying that Cheddar came those days?
That's what he's saying.
Oh, the early part of
2000
and the 2000.
You see,
and Cheddar came.
Yes, so that's
Cheddar when you scratch him.
That's he says Cheddar the first building or building.
Do you understand?
Or decided say on the entertainment, you know, and not go into real estate.
Do you understand?
According to Hammer, only Cheddar beginning like all my friends for a long time.
So you see, with something like this conversation like this, and mine is very simple. You can't tell me the whole Ghana people didn't have structures. But the question is, the people you recommended to them, were they really having the structures?
Okay.
Obviously not. Say
yes.
Anything or not.
Anything like but definitely, and you see, that is one thing in this industry. Sammy say, oh yeah, the pa. Na my recommend you be a man na ebia source so now so one no. If you say be am the nipa no ma and no
onya bi.
E be cast. Eti me ni be chinchi me nkofo me so me nim say me nkofo so dey what say me how. Ye nya document ni document and say enso so nipa na oye no. Say me boni nipa dey be din. Now investor na chi no so na so. And you know investors they deal with who they know they can trust.
Okay.
It is some minimal desert. Now me trust so lead me to an industry person. Of course, only Sammy Flex. You take me to Sammy Flex. Sure. Now, what the name of Sammy Flex? So, in common, I mean Sammy Flex. You don't know. Database na me here no. His is inconsistent. Sammy Flex will recommend you before. Obi on any what's I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's how the channel works in this industry. Now, on all the nipanechi, and I make say it me the whole conversation. Every good industry is on the back of good labels. Good labels. Where there are structures. See your current label. So investor person buy, you somebody links. They have everything. They have everything planned out. No, they still are working.
They are still working.
But everything has been planned. There's a secretary, there's A and Obia on the position. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you want something like this, you can go to them. I know back in the days there were a lot of them, but question they say, "ABC how much sono? Nipa na ABC in sono." Eko saying, and the person will take it to like-minded people in the industry. And if you are not with this circumference or no what's intimate mountain, do the and this investors they deal with people, industry people they are cool with.
Sure.
But you want to money logical answer? No, come on, meanwhile, there are people in there. Oh, Ghana, you can say most of our movies are not or are just funny. Story being
there's no storyline.
But there are people in Ghana shooting very good movies.
Sure.
It's the same thing. It's at some way there. I wouldn't, or maybe Hammer too didn't know a lot of them too like that. And back in the day too.
So Hammer don't know despite. Doesn't know bandits.
It might be. It might be. I don't need the number. Investors who all the cars and you. So when you are down for a business, also the scab about business. What the no or be on in your business that.
Maybe. So
you see, it's the next time you. That is why they also try to
next time you.
Yes. You see, so sometimes you can't blame them too much because also they are also looking for their interest. What I say? Because or recommending now nipa now or no your business that Okogu ne nimase ya. Asemato no. Ye bebo ne din.
Ogu ni maso ka say.
Yes.
Obetwa wotiaka.
Exactly. What I say. So I think these are some of the things but I think in common way this is here the intimate because now our industry is way better.
Okay.
I mean, if not for anything, we have a couple of labels or more structures. If not, you able to about to say highly spiritual.
Okay.
You able to about to say what's the name? Sakodie. Also, why BB Sada?
Success.
Yeah, success. Also, out of experience into the also fame, going so about signing new artists, going into the new media short structures. That is how I see the show business now. What I see and if you bring an artist, industry person, panel say investor bound channel name baby or then never call industry one. Then there's a question mark on you because gone of the days the end of the year computer communication everything. I do shiny pants and I say phone so everything. So those ones we can spare, but currently they can't use the same competition. And it's quite I think now it's better.
Chamo.
Okay. Yeah, say we are not there can be anything. The me can't be say the way that he was presenting his case, like I said, I understand him.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, but you see, I didn't agree with his solution. He was trying to, or the implication of what he was saying that somebody somewhere should come in, structure things and manage it, and because in his presentation, I remember he was talking about the fact that there should be a bipartisan approach for us to have a national plan. How? NDC bar normally they have their plan of doing things or helping the industry. MPP bar they have their plan of helping the industry, and he was saying that we should have a national agenda. I disagree because I know say when there's a government agency or there's an agency omo edumane say omo take decision on behalf of people omo ankasa affect omo bia enweke is not effective. So if we have a central body be omo na planning for musicians and entertainers emfa I don't know, me disagree with him, but the lack of data now Canada, I understand him to some extent. The thing is that it is individual kind of as we speak now, and it may be difficult for you to get access to certain people, and even if they will be willing to give you, including even the government agencies like creative arts agency. And I say GR for there will be a show. Omo atimi do omo nkofo be gina ho dindindin ni and to say I call mo ekobusa say how many shows, how many events and happen in Ghana high in the year 2024 one have been so betimi am a good data to rely on and no all continue metenase to some extent, but as I said in our conversation, I wish that we can encourage people for them to start this on their own as a private entity.
Okay.
Because obi the tone also say from today every show be ever happen in Ghana I want to record it. Only to a certain extent people will come to you for information and you can let them pay for it. They will pay before they get that information. Say, I want to know the number of shows that happen in Ghana in the year 2024 and now 2025. Can you estimate amount of money and involved? How much the artists were charging and all those things? There's a privacy issue here, so you can't get the real figure, but
you estimate.
But you can estimate the figures. You can estimate the figures, and again, we can also learn from some people. You see, America, for instance. Your Forbes almost estimated amount for wealth. Almost to me ranking the richest person and all those things. How do they do it? They also rely on some people almost taking data in certain areas. Some are private entities, some may be government agencies. Before you can do an event in America, you have to. There's a way that you have to register or something that there should be a proper documentation before the event will happen.
Okay.
So whoever is keeping that documentation, you can go for it. And I think that I don't know if you have a person or can the way our canon and a meme in your your associations be your AR the recording industry association or something about marketing like, in America.
Musical.
Yeah. They have proper data at a point to cry or more reward the musicians and the industry people.
Say, what says if it's schools, students they be final year project about industry, music industry.
Sure.
And data and year project, you can use that one equally.
Yeah.
It's, I think
so for me, we may have people or more attempting to do something. Gamro say, and Gamro will be a very good place to go when you are looking for certain data. But I bet you say, almost say yeah, and also be another case.
Problem.
You see the royalty system even the local one are almost struggle. No? There's a way even international ones won't beat me a connect. I remember I had this idea say I want to approach Gamro, and what I'm going to tell them, they say they should convince their members to register with them for them to fight for their YouTube revenue through Gamro. And this is how they are going to do it. You see, YouTube, they have a platform almost demand afford to trace their copyright issues and all those things. There are few companies that Ghana has a me promo for Obi. It will be easy for YouTube to deal with Gamro than individual entities. Right. Gamro can give a data, YouTube will be interested for them to say, we will give you this for you to work with. Okay. But Gamro will not do it, or they are not doing it.
Or they don't know how to do it.
Or they don't know how to do it.
And they want another one.
And for me, the issue is also about how Gamro operates. Gamro for no say Oma Uncle Jimmy and the J revenue one crana government 8 GB ma government the any bad the administrators will pay themselves before they can on better.
I mean what is cabana I mean
Entimi must say Gamro administrators no sika beba royalty for musicians yentua musician na omo they will pay themselves first. And so what will happen is that Sikanaba said a dozen send also and found. So they will be ineffective collecting money. One of the excuses are say you chase people for money cry or muntia, ye car hotels and no muntia radio stations, media houses and ye call muntia then. Sanka no enanke ye jina to do to car and ka obet. But because money from one blank levy, one levy will come from somewhere, you are just sitting there. A bar or no what told the Becca no what no be in 200 CDs, 150 CD. Now so yeah, Gamro administration, you are collecting royalties on behalf of the musicians. So for me, I understand where he was coming from. Getting data could be difficult based on who you are dealing with and how you are dealing with it. But can we encourage people to come up with their own private companies or maybe follow some of these things? If let's say Flex Entertainment, all the shows will be happening in the year 2025, we will record it. Okay. With time, some people will come just to know the number of shows are Itimi Bo Ghana high in a year. And then within that, we will get the artists who are playing more shows. And
in the year of review,
more shows, or about 10 shows, or about 20 shows, or about Biwo Kumasi, or about Biwo this place.
Yes. Musical.
So if you have that data, somebody can say, okay, now I want to invest. I'm investing on this particular artist based on number of shows or boy. ABI. So somebody wants an ambassador. Obey to me, I said this guy is more exposed, so I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Nina, I data ni be there, yeni, and I say Ubenya very difficult. The best way that you can do is what Abba said. If you able follow artists for some time, now watch how things are going. Based on that, then you make your decision. And some investors may not get time for that. Or I just say betraying. The Muslim when you're ready, or top force aba Ghana force there. What they call cantamanto. I been am avoid to am no adusika. So the businessman will rather deal with those people than dealing with musicians or entertainment in general. So I understand him, just that I don't like his approach. Say central body massa. Almost probably the same thing. Nothing good will come out of it. For me, I understand him, but I don't like the suggestion that he was giving. Yeah.
Okay.